Alright everyone, welcome back again to more Trails Through Daybreak. We're about to kickstart another main mission so far, and I'm looking forward to it. We already took care of a couple of side quests here and there, and I think we covered enough for us to continue on. So if anything else, hope y'all continue to enjoy. Thank you again for our love and support. And here we go. Alright, let's see what we got next up for us. We can do secret meeting, shopping refreshments. The rumored street performer. This is a street musician that's quickly become the talk of the town over at the harbor. Rumor has it they'll be playing over the station tonight. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious, so maybe I'll drop in if I have the time. Alright. Van made his way over to the station to see a street musician performance. I can see why people have been raving about her. She's pretty damn good. Wait, she looks kind of familiar.
Thank you, everyone! I love you! I hope we meet again!
You are great today. I can't wait to hear your next song. I'll be back again for sure. Sorry, but I'm done for today. Just here to say I liked your performance. Ever thought of putting a single out? It'd sell like hotcakes for sure. Thanks for the vote of confidence. However, there's no shortage of capable artists out there who can write and perform at my level. The music industry is hard to break into. That's definitely true for no-name artists. But you and I both know your songs would take the world by storm if you used your real name. Let's continue this conversation elsewhere, shall we? I'm surprised you saw through my disguise. Yeah, it wasn't that hard. I even changed the tone of my voice. How'd you know it was me? It mostly came down to luck. I wasn't 100% sure myself. If I only knew you from your movies, you'd have had me fooled for sure. But I've seen you up and close and personal several times at this point. I need to get my act together. I've never been found out before now, so maybe I was getting a little careless. This isn't the first time I've seen you in disguise, by the way. I saw you in the Aramis outfit once. Oh, you remember that? Yeah, it left an impression on me. You were acting different from usual back then too. So, you like doing stuff like this? I do. I enjoy going out in disguise from time to time. It makes for a good practice as well. When I'm on set, everyone knows I'm playing a part. But when I'm out in the wild, I can take on any role I want, and no one would know I'm acting. It's made for a fun little hobby. So you're acting on the clock and in your downtime. Damn, talk about being dedicated to your craft. I suppose I can't get enough of it. Although it mostly stems from a complex I've had since I was a child. I don't exactly have a distinct self. Perhaps that's why I've always wanted to act like someone else, and why I ultimately gravitated to acting. Or maybe I just wanted something that'd help me avert my eyes from the uncomfortable truth. My motivation for choosing this career path is purely selfish. I'm sure my fans would be let down if they knew. I wouldn't call that selfish. It's normal to want to change something you don't like about yourself. You think so? I know so. That said, your hobby's only gonna get harder the higher up you get on the ladder of fame. But I thought you need me to tell you that. Yes, I know that all too well. The risk of me getting recognized will only grow as I get more famous. But the mounting challenge will only serve to make success all the more sweet. All that talk about you not having a distinct self was a big fat lie. What do you... You said it yourself. The challenge makes success all the more sweet. Those are the words of someone who gets fired up when the odds are stacked against them. That's a pretty unique quality. And it's one that no one I know has. It's not half as unique as your willingness to turn people's words against them. Hey, I'm just trying to help a friend believe in themselves a little. Oh, I know. I'm only teasing you a little. Really though, thank you. I feel better about this now. Glad to help. Anyway, please don't tell anyone about this hobby of mine. I'd like it to be our special little secret. Sure thing. She really knows how to knock you off your feet. Guess she ain't an award-winning actress for nothing. After Nina departed, Van resumed his patrol once more.
Now, who should I be next? See if you can spot me next time.
I'm pretty sure I will. Oh, I got dexterity +3. Hell yeah! Okay, we got one more.
Ladder launch!
Who do I want to bond? Wait, what? Oh, I was about to say, who do I want to bond with? Do I want to bond with Fairy, or do I want to bond with Sharid? Prince Sherard's in the capital and got in touch with me out of nowhere. We literally just saw each other, but whatever. He wants me to accompany him on something. Just hope it's nothing headache-inducing. It probably is. Then head to the meetup location indicated by the mail. Van? Over here! My thanks for coming out here. It's been a few hours, yes? Thank you for answering my call. Why are you hiding there? I know you're good with arts and everything, but don't you have your right hand with you, or even just one bodyguard? As I wrote to you, I managed to lose them for a moment. Shall we be off then? Let us share the night as men, savoring all the dazzling delights of Edith's nightlife. Already kind of regretting this. Now, if only we had this guy with us too. 30 minutes prior. Calvert's film culture is truly impressive. Big studio or small, they all managed to release some rather fine pieces of cinema. That ordinary members of the public have places like that they can visit to enjoy such works is also wonderful. We really must work to further their spread into Elsheim. Wouldn't you agree, Najee? Yes, our time at the film festival really heightened my appreciation for movies. Well then, now to decide our next destination. Any ideas? Shouldn't we call it an evening, Your Highness? You have meetings with other Calvardian businesses scheduled for tomorrow and beyond, after all. He looks so sad. I suppose you're right. Very well, let's return to our hotel. As you wish. I'll have them send the car to... What is it? What? There's been a collision along our route back? Get me the details. I need to know exactly what's going on. We can't risk exposing His Highness to any potential danger, no matter how slight. I knew it! I knew it! A team? A team, go to the scene and report what you find. B team, search for any viable substitute routes we can take if necessary. You sure it was okay for you to slip out like that? I guess that's up to you, isn't it? Given the situation, if by some off chance something were to happen to me, I dare say the obvious person to hold responsible would be... Oh, hell no, don't you do it, Prince. Scratch that. I don't just kind of regret this. I want to erase all evidence that this ever happened and then book it out of here. Now, don't be like that. There's no one better to fulfill this role than you. Think of this as a symbol of my trust. Fine. Where do you want to go anyway? Excellent. You're already everything I hoped for, Van. I marked a few places I was hoping to visit. The one closest by would be... Blue Score Live House. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, excellent. Excellent. So this is the rock and roll that's been so popular lately. I dare say the fervor of this music could even sweep me away. We can get closer to the stage. Then let us do so. Hey man, that's a wild get-up. This your first time at a live show? Come on man, get into the rhythm. Just smash the energy and go wild. Go wild? So, like this? It's like, the hell is wrong with this guy? Everyone, them gummet suits around these parts think they're so... they're just something else, huh? We run the country, they say. Bunch of BS is what it is. You're right, yes, though I'd say that applies to more than just government. The hierarchy oh. Are they both drunk? The hierarchy breeds haves and have-nots, and this zeitgeist of noblesse oblige still instills some sense of duty among the upper class. At first, I thought I thought the prince was drunk too. What's that? Look at Fancy Pants here, tugging like he knows everything. Why don't you go back to luging down on us peasants from your penthouse, or... He's harmless, man. Give him a break. I'll treat you to another round if you look the other way from me. Now there's a guy who knows what's up. Well, this isn't going as smooth as I'd hoped. Van and Sherrod toured some more entertainment venues before heading for the bathhouse to wash off all that sweat and secondhand booze. This is great. These baths have a different feel to them compared to your average hammam. They're the best place I know for when you need a pick-me-up. Can only imagine what it must be like talking with a big boss. Indeed, I can't go into detail about what we discussed, of course, but one might certainly describe our meeting as taxing, to say the least. I will say for a man so powerful, he was fairly candid, somewhat anticlimactic, really. But I suppose that's what it takes to win such broad support amongst the public after the distrust garnered following the war and economic crisis. He's a force to be reckoned with, that's for damn sure. I know he's up to something with Renee. Between you and me, I believe my sister would have done a far better job navigating the conversation than I did. I forgot you had a sister. Isn't she a fair bit younger than you? That's right. Though her age belies her intellect, her mind is quite sharp. But unfortunately, her tongue is far sharper. She always feels the need to get a word in edgewise, under the pretext of supporting me as the heir to Alzheim's throne. She and my father, the Grand Prince, both have lofty expectations for me. I hope that, when the time comes, I'll be able to meet them. Sounds pretty rough. You got a lot of riding on your shoulders. You're not wrong. I wish to broaden my horizons also so I can make Alzheim a nation capable of standing on par with Zemiria's great powers. That's why I decided to come to the Republic. I wanted to study it and take in as much as I could. That was the plan anyway. Despite that, all I did at the first was indulge night after night. Not that I didn't enjoy that, mind you, but that free time just left me thinking. What would he say if he were here? What would he do if he was in my shoes? He? Who are you? Oh, you mean that wandering bard, yeah. Coselle knows him. She told me a little about him while we were in Darbad. He's quite the guy. I caught wind of a lot of what he got up to through work 2 years ago. The very same. He traveled the continent from a young age advocating for harmony between nations. I had the pleasure of meeting him once before. He'd come visit to Alzheim, and I saw firsthand what kind of man he really was. Quite the charmer he is. It wasn't long before I held him in the highest esteem. And that's what I've been chasing this whole time, following his example, growing, and bettering myself for that goal. I fear, however, that I can never measure up to him. He's special in his own right, and I worry I'll never reach the pedestal I put him on. It feels as though I'm following after a mirage in the desert, so tantalizing yet forever just out of my reach. Huh. No offense, but that kinda caught me off guard. Didn't realize you had such deep thoughts. Not like I want to tell you what to do or anything, but it looks to me like you guys start living your own life. My own life? Elaborate. At the end of the day, you gotta strive for something more than just being a copycat. Can't always live in his shadow. You're the only one that can choose how to live your life. So what if you get a little lost in the desert? It's not all sand. An oasis will pop up here and there for you to rest when you're weary. And you know how, I'm sure? Because there are suckers like me who choose to be a Spriggan. Now that's a dark and uncertain path. But what I'm trying to get at is that there's not just one way to live a life or achieve a goal. Everyone has their own compass. But what do I know, really? I'm just an outcast, so maybe don't put so much stock in what I say. On the contrary, my friend, what you've said has done a lot to put my mind and heart at ease. I never thought I'd be taking life lessons from the likes of you. It seems you perhaps lived a richer life than I first thought. Richer is one way of putting it. Don't know if I agree, though. I'm just a handyman who's been in the business for a while now. Did you have a nice bath? Your Highness, I've come to pick you up. Well, you finally found me, Najee. Or knowing you, you probably didn't even lose me in the first place. I'm leaning towards the latter. I definitely found it strange you somehow managed to shake off Zamira's most fearsome bodyguard. I'll think that's a compliment. Had it been anyone else but you, I wouldn't have allowed him to remain alone. So long as His Highness had a fruitful night out, I suppose it was worth the trouble. There you go. Always a step ahead of me. Thank you, Van. I learned a lot during our rendezvous this meeting. I feel as though I've peered a little more into those unknowable depths of yours. I pray you find great success with your assignment in the Basel, not only as a client who's retained your services, but as a friend who has bared much to you now, literally and figuratively. Thanks, Your Highness. I promise we'll do what we can to deliver your results. This hasn't been such a bad night after all. It really hasn't. That was fun.
One of these days, you'll have to come to Elsheim. My sister and I would gladly welcome you.
Received sun lamp. Huh. I'm always getting just 20. Just 20. Alright, I believe I have one side quest to take care of here. Yes, I do.
Let's do this.
Wait, you're here? Where are you hiding, dude? Or do you need to load? Oh, holy crap, it's all of you guys. The hell, man? Who do you guys think you are? Chill it, Downey. I get how you feel, but Shine's doing nothing for us. Oh, but I'm not letting them get away with this. Hell no. Not with our street racer pride on the line. Seconded. We should take our chance while we can. What's going on here? Van. Guess I could let you know. There's this bunch of street racers causing trouble for us ever since they turned up in the capital. They're taunting us, I tell you. They drive like madmen around town just to get on our nerves. I ran my car into a guardrail thanks to their dumb asses. Ugh, just thinking about it gets me angry all over again. The hand-me-down I got from Downey got trashed real bad too. Dude, she had to be sent to the body shop. How can we let loose and enjoy a sweet drive with them tearing it up around town? Yeah, they sound pretty bad. Who are we dealing with here? They call themselves the High Bloods. There's 4 of them and they all come from Morasian. They used to stick to their turf, but they recently started moving here. They're all rich kids, obviously, and their cars are really souped up. What's more, their leader, Lucio, is the grandson of... I forgot the pronunciation of this. Etoile? Or whatever. Current company president. He's got modded ETWS sports cars. Ain't no slouch as a driver either. Last we raced, he passed me by like I was just crawling through the street. Can you believe that? Hold up. You said it was the ETW's president's grandson? Man, that sucks. Last thing you need is someone related to the company top brass being a dick. And he's not the worst of it. There's another guy that's an even reckless driver. His name's Damien, and he styles himself as their main fighter. He's all cocky, taunting us from his bike just cause he can take higher turns than any of our cars. He's the one that did my baby in. I'll never forgive that bastard. Never. He thinks he's better than us car drivers, does he? So what are you planning to do about these guys? Surely you're not just gonna let them keep up running wild. Definitely not. We tried warning them over and over to stop behaving like this, but it's fallen on deaf ears. Since they're not heeding warnings like that, I tried talking to Lucio directly. Only thing he said was, if you want us to leave, you'll have to best us in a race. We're actually on our way to the race right now. Yeah? Guess my time is just that good. You could say that. There's 4 of them, but me and Graham are the only ones with rides right now. And that's not even counting car specs and driving ability. Hate to admit it, but stacked and not in our favor. But we can't just give up. Yeah, better to lose outright than to flake out on them and just lose by default. Not like we're hoping to lose though. We're not backing down until they're on the ground. Wish us luck. I don't want to sit back and let a bunch of rich assholes wreak havoc in Edith. Maybe I could lend him a hand here. Oh, cool. Yeah. Hell yeah. You mind if I join? I appreciate the sentiment, but this is our problem to deal with. It wouldn't be right to drag you into it. Hard disagree. This goes beyond just you. It involves all car lovers now. As a fellow driver myself, I can't just stand back and let a bunch of punks with no sense for safe driving screw up my home. I want to teach him a lesson. Man. Haha! Now that's what we'd like to hear. Let's see why he can't join. Why not let him? Alright, thanks, man. You're really saving our asses here. You might honestly be the best help we could have got. I respect you a lot, man. Thanks for saying so. That still leaves the problem of dealing with Damien, though. I'm no biker, so I'm not going to be able to help there. Not so sure we're going to deal with that niggling little detail. That's all for today, then. Now, back to my bike. Kilika? Hermes. Oh, it's Hermes. Why are all of you gathered here? Hermes, your timing couldn't be any better. Got some free time on your hands? Huh? I mean, I'm done for the day, so I guess I do. I see, so you're going to be racing them to teach them a lesson. Yeah, would really help if we had a biker of your skill level on our team. What do you say? You up for it? Sure, I'll join your team. Teaching a naughty rider how to behave sounds like fun. I'll make sure they think twice before causing trouble in the capital again. Glad to see you so fired up for this. I really appreciate you agreeing too. Now it feels like we have a fighting chance. Yep, it's going to be a proper 4 versus 4 race. Now all that's left is leaving them in the dust. Anyway, clock's ticking. Let's get going to the meeting spot. You ready to go? Ready whenever you are. Same here. Now let's roll.
Okay, time to get to work.
Is this the meeting spot? Yeah, just beyond here is the highway we're using. But we're supposed to meet face to face right here first. Looks like they arrived. Oh. Would you look at that? That's a hell of a ride. Right? A lot of mirror went to customizing her. This ain't gonna be an easy race. Hello and good evening, street racers. I'm impressed you didn't just turn tail and run. So you really showed up, High Bloods. I don't recognize those two. Well, thanks to your biker, our car's in the shop. So I figured I'd call in some help. Look at these small fry. At least try and make this fun for us, alright? What? I dare you to say that again. Donnie's all kinds of fired up now. Now I think it's time we introduce ourselves. We're the High Bloods, a team composed exclusively of those who are elites even among the elite. Pleasure. You know, I completely forgot until you said the name, but I heard about the High Bloods a few years back. Heard they were nothing but a bunch of pampered rich kids. Kinda like you. You must be referring to our predecessors. They apparently disbanded after doing a tour of Crossbell. Now their name is ours. Is there some specific reason behind inheriting their name? Indeed there is. But we don't approve of the way they've loved drinking, women, and gambling. As former nobility, we identify with how they valued their chosen bloodlines that gave them power and wealth. It is only fitting that we consider ourselves the true High Bloods. Former nobility, eh? But been a while since I've heard anyone call themselves that. Yeah, you don't hear that kind of thing around here much. Maybe it's because they're from Orasian? Up until noble institutions was abolished during the Cambodian Revolution, Orasian was the royal capital. Shame that even after decades have gone by, there are still old fossils that can't throw away their elitist bullshit. How dare you! Lucius family's line was a great noble house that had the trust of even the royal family. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. Commoners could never hope to understand our noble thoughts. What I cannot forgive, however, is that you people don't know your place. You insist on getting in our way. You're nothing but an eyesore to us in our drives, and that's why we're going to make you leave the capital streets. You got a lot of nerve. It's alright that you think causing trouble for folks with your reckless driving is a way to have fun. As street racers, how could we hand these streets to you when you lack the basic manners of compassion? Heh, just why are you getting yourself all worked up over, commoner? Just look at you and your half-assed custom ride, cause you got no mirror to spend. You got no right to talk when you can't even bring out the true worth of your rides. Well, damn, you got a big mouth on you for such a little brat. If you know so much about the true worth of our rides, then why don't you teach me? Huh, don't think we're just gonna take this sitting down. It's time we settle the score, right here, right now. Yeah, get ready, high bloods. Drivers as reckless as you have got no right to call themselves street racers, so we're making this your last drive. It would appear we have 4 vehicles each, so how about we race one-on-one? When you're ready, we'll leave for the expressway. Don't disappoint us. And so, with the street racer pride on the line, the curtain to their fierce battle rose. After confirming the rules of each race one more time, each participant went right to work preparing their vehicles. Okay, let's decide who's going to race who. I think I can go up against the biker on their team. Sure thing, just ride safe, okay? Of course. So who's going to face Lucio? Could you leave him to me? It's my job as a leader to get revenge for Downey, I have to. Graham, this race is about you guys. Whatever it is you're thinking, I'm down. That being the case, you said it yourself. If you go as is, you're going to lose. I'm not even talking about your driving technique either. If we're going by specs, it's going to be real tough for you. But, and I hate to say this, my truck could handle his ride. Hell, I can promise you I won't lose. Van! Excuse me. Alright then. Van will be racing Lucio instead. We're already borrowing your skills, we might as well be in it to win it. We got that right. I'll cut that spoiled brat down to size. And I guess that means we'll handle Lucio's 2 flunkies. If I remember right, they both came here in ETWs. By the way, I've seen that Roger guy up close and personal before. I think I've got a decent idea of how he operates. Yeah, I know I can count on you. And I'll take on the other guy, Tebo. Great, sounds like we're all squared away. Once we wrap up our fine-tuning, let's hit the road. We're rooting for you guys. Go kick some ass. And please, don't get hurt. Thanks, you guys. I promise we're gonna beat those high bloods. With the matchups decided, everyone got their cars, and they were off to the races. The first round pitted Juniper against Tebo. Juniper's Leno sedan had the edge in traction due to the love and care she put into tuning it. As the race went on, she slowly but surely narrowed the gap between her and Tebo. However, her vehicle lacked the horsepower required to best his sedan, which boasted a roaring engine that ultimately led him to victory. For the next race, Graham stepped up to the plate, ready and willing to avenge Juniper. Graham's Inger was a lightning-fast sports car, but Roger's decked-out sedan was no slouch either. It was a close race, with both racers being neck and neck from start to finish. In the end, Graham's powerful traction allowed him to emerge victorious by a hair's breadth. After that, it was time for the third round to commence. We're at 1-1 right now, so we don't have this in the bag just yet. That just makes all this more exciting. It'll be a cold day in hell before I lose this pathetic courier lady. Get ready to choke on my dust. You stole my line. The starting lineup's up ahead. Time to get serious. Holy crap, that's awesome. Look at her go. We can't even see her anymore. Eat that, loser. Afraid it's a little too early to celebrate. That thing's acceleration isn't half bad, but its top speed doesn't hold a candle to my bikes. Specs aren't the only things that matter in a race, you know. Uh-oh. Hey! On that point, you and I agree. That scumbag just rammed his handlebars against hers. Talk about dangerous. The fact that he pulled it off without losing his balance shows he's no amateur. It's still reckless, though. These guys are freaking crazy. Come on, I dare you to try and overtake me again. If you go, I'll hit the dingy little bike with everything I've got. Oh, what's the matter? Can't keep up? Or is our wimpy-ass courier getting cold feet? There's less than 500 Rs until the finish line. Victory's as good as mine. This is the decisive moment. I can slow down, make him think I've given up, and speed past him when he least expects it. Or I can rev up right now and punch it. I'm gonna slow down. Throwing in the towel already? What a wuss. Just stick to carrying around people's junk in the future. Oh. What? Haha. Yes! Go courier lady. She caught him off guard by speeding past him at the last second. What an incredible strategy. She's even had me fooled. That was one hell of a secret weapon. Nice job. Was that a turbocharger? Something along those lines. I was hoping I could win without revealing it, but them's the breaks. Well, guess I'm up next. Go get 'em. Then knock the high bloods off their high horses. He really did customize every part of the ETWS car, from the suspension to the spoiler. You must be daft if you think you can take me with that little girl's car. You slighted me with your hubris, and I will make you pay for it. There's more cars on the road now. Using the turbocharger would be way too risky. Bah, he swerved around those cars like it was nothing. Thankfully, all this traffic is preventing him from hitting his top speed so I can keep up with him. Can't get too cocky here though. He might not be on Maxim's level, but he's still a force to be reckoned with. I had hoped he had a trick up his sleeve like that woman did. I was so looking forward to making a fool of him. But it's clear he has nothing. What a disappointment. We're approaching the point where the traffic from the Riverside District joins the expressway. At this time of day, maybe I could... Looks like he couldn't keep pace with me. How pathetic. Huh, someone forgot to take out yesterday's garbage. Why must there be so many of these infernal trucks in the expressway at night? What? Ha! Your lack of knowledge of the area is coming back to haunt you, bud. Damn, he caught up faster than I thought he would. Well, look at that. So you do have a modicum of skill after all. Too bad it's futile. That pile of scrap can't match my car's acceleration and speed. I might be able to secure victory if I use my turbocharger, but it'd be risky. Should I do it? Use the turbocharger or prioritize safety? Nah, let's prioritize safety. No, I can't risk hurting anyone. I'll accept no less than an overwhelming victory. He's got a turbocharger? Don't use that here, it's too dangerous. Whoa! Tried to warn you, dumbass. And this is why, kids, safety is important. And that's that. This race goes to us. They did it! You guys are amazing! Yeah, you even surprised us. Seriously, way to go above and beyond. Sometimes things just work out, you know? We really have Hermes and Van to thank for all of this. It was the least I could do after you came to me for help. It was a close shave, but hey, I got to show off a little, so it's all good. So, High Bloods, you're gonna keep your promise, right? Curses! How could this have happened? Our machines were tuned to perfection. We were in peak racing condition. I'm sorry, Lucio. If only I'd gone faster. I managed to win this time, but to be honest, I don't know how it'd turn out if we did a round 2. Never thought I'd run into a biker as wild as her. Here I was planning to run circles around her, but she ended up running circles around me instead. Damn, man. You guys. Fine. As promised, we will come nowhere near the capital from this day forward. We'll also cover the repair costs for your 2 vehicles. Is this to your satisfaction, commoners? I've got issues with your tone, but yeah, that works. Well, hey, that's pretty generous actually. Maybe not as bad as I thought. Bro, is that all it takes to win you over? They're the reason our cars are all busted up. Well, now that all is said and done, it's time to return to Aracian. However, do not misunderstand. In no way have we recognized that our style of driving is worse than yours. When next we meet, you shall be met with overwhelming defeat. And may you never forget it. Yeah, just you wait and see. Next time, I'm gonna blow your socks off. Huh, just what is all that supposed to mean? I guess they won't mess around here for a while, but they'll be back for revenge at some point? What? Why did they get to decide that? What was the point of this whole deal then? Huh, if only they were more honest with themselves. I'm glad things worked themselves out in the end, I guess. Well, it wouldn't have gone half as well if you and Hermes weren't here. There's no way this is the end of it, but for now, we've at least chased the high bloods off. Thanks for the help, you two. It's no biggie. I enjoyed myself, so it was worth it. Likewise, I'm happy my orbital bike skills proved useful. And so, the battle against the high bloods came to an end, and with everyone saying praise for one another's efforts. On the way back, Hermes parted ways with the group, and Graham and his people returned to the repair shop.
That takes care of that. Looks good to me.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Oh. Obtain Mare Gray through Mare and Van synchronization. Morally gray. Alright, I think we're good. Let me super save for a minute. We had an interesting, fun conversation with the prince. We ended up doing a freaking racing gig going on. And now, let's head back.
Let's do this.
Alright. Oh, what do you have?
Can't go wrong with any of them. See you again.
Nothing I want right now. But I can go in here. Alright, let's report.
Gotta keep this up.
Alright. And finish nighttime activities. Let's go. Should I call it a night? Tomorrow's gonna be another busy day, so I should probably turn in soon. Choosing to finish up? Yep, I took care of it. Let's go. Turn in. Come to think of it, I know Agnes is gonna go by train. But I should probably get what the prince sent me fitted sooner rather than later. First time doing any major mods to my baby in a while. Might as well have some fun with it. Roughly 2 hours prior. Where are you going? Oh, that was another close one, but it looks like I made it in time for curfew. I'll have to try and get back to my room without running into the dorm mother. I think Van is proving a bad influence on me. I need to keep living my own life and making my own decisions, not letting others make them for me. If I do,
I trust you've made up your mind.
Yes. I imagine Van will be contacting you with our answer soon.
Excellent. Where you'll be going for your educational visitation is also decided then?
Nothing gets past you, does it? Just how much does Dad know? Not just in general, but about the Blacklight District too.
Reports are regularly given to him on pertinent developments, and I have every reason to believe he reads them. As for the place you reference, I will refrain from commenting there.
Everything is being done with Dad's approval, isn't it? That place is meant to serve as somewhere the overly ripened juices from the fruit of our unprecedented prosperity can pool and gel. A place where the malice and desires of a certain subset of the population can be isolated and effectively controlled.
You truly are sharp, and from more than the influence of your new job. There is no resisting blood, I see. Perhaps you might even consider following the path of the McDowell family's young scion.
Excuse me. Good night.
Yes. My goodness. Do you realize how close you are to breaking curfew? I'm so sorry for being late.
Perhaps I pushed her a little far. It's a bad habit I have when it comes to Elaine, too. Even if I'd still like to believe I'm better than he is. We won't be able to count on the guild this time. I'll need another play.
He really is a crafty one. But I suppose this is just a message from Adios, telling me to see what's going on for myself. I'll also have to take charge of the younger students. This is going to be busier than a simple tea party.
Perhaps we arrived a little early. Odette and Albert are coming from the 10th district, so they should be here before long. I'm really sorry I've asked so much of you. Don't worry though, even though I'll be away from the group, I promise I won't let it affect my work. I never had any doubt. In fact, I've already told the...
Yes!
Oh.
Well, you're early. All ready to head out?
Almost, the others should be... Oh, you finished working on the car. Yeah, a mechanic over in Riverside had to lend a hand, but we got it ready in time. If I squint hard enough, I can almost fool myself into thinking it's a limo. The maximum occupancy has been improved from 5 to 8 passengers, and it sports its own onboard computer. We can even fit Anya's and her friends now. I suppose you could. You've been up to some interesting business now, haven't you? Not half as interesting as any trip you're in charge of. On the other hand, it's real reassuring to know you'll be around in Basel. You know, just in case. I could say the same of you. Why do you seem to know each other so well? We have a little history together, you see. Oh my. Ding ding! Another challenger enters the ring! We're talking about 5 years ago here. Stop being such a damn tease. Oh dear, how cold of you. I'm not gonna get a real answer to this, am I? Regardless, what are y'all doing here? Oh, right. Hey, Rosette. This is for you, Miss Codell. There are sandwiches for breakfast as well as some coffee. Victor and Paulette asked us to give it to you. They made some more enough for your friends to have some too. How thoughtful of them. I concur, and it smells wonderful too. Knowing the chef, it's sure to be great. What's going on here? Had to get in a heartfelt goodbye before you left. Don't make too much of a show of it, you two. No way. She really does have a boyfriend at her job. No, she does not. Please, everyone, this is a misunderstanding. We'll go ahead and get out of your hair now.
We'll see you again in Basel, Agnes. Race you there.
Right! Travel safely, everyone.
The long-distance passenger train to Basel, Provence de Auge, will soon be departing.
French.
Passengers en route to Altair or Crossbell will be transferring at Marthe.
Ooh, I just can't wait. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that the Republic's high-tech engineering city? That's right. According to the travel guide, it even has something called the Aquatram. So, if I may ask, Agnes, what exactly were you and that man talking about? Come on, the train is departing, so let's get a move on.
She noticed me. No doubt about it. Former enforcer of the Society and the adopted daughter of the Liberalian Royal Army's commander. Her presence in the Republic clearly isn't a coincidence. Neither the division chief nor Kincaid have any idea what the current administration is up to.
I'm just trying to understand if there's any wind going through the damn subway they're in.
Regardless, I will fulfill my duty and see that his ideals are not in vain.
Sorry, I meant train. Subway. Oh, we are just speeding along. Look at that. Damn, this backseat is the life. 8 might be a tight fit, but I could spend a night here for sure. I swear to Adios, if you get dirt on that seat, take off your damn shoes or something. It's a shame Agnes couldn't come with us. It's not the same without her. Don't worry, I'm sure she'll have a chance to try out the upgraded backseat soon enough. Even though there's less space for cargo, the computer still fits snugly. Yeah, it kinda scares me how that crown prince knew how to pick such a perfect gift. Word to the wise, don't ever get in debt to people like that. He says while having the time of his life installing that very same gift. It is weird though. Feels like he's using both us and the guild depending on what he wants to do. Unrelated, but what's Basel like? I've never been, not even for an operation. Couldn't say I'm the biggest expert myself, but I have been there a few times for jobs. Located down in southwest Calvert on the walls of the Auge Canyon, it's a haven of learning and industry. The Institute of Science and the Artisanal District have been around since the Middle Ages. Indeed, alongside those two areas is the new town which houses Vern at its center. It sprung up when one of the Professor Epstein's 3 disciples brought advanced technology. Oh, I know! That was Professor Hamilton from the Central East, wasn't it? I thought they were playing cards at first, they're eating sandwiches. At the time, the anti-immigrant sentiment wasn't quite as strong. Professor Hamilton's proposal was quickly accepted by the Institute of Science and the Artisanal District. And so, 45 years ago, the Institute of Science and the Artisans Guild came together to establish the Vern Company. They then went on to further orbital technology in new innovative ways. Right, like how Calvert and the Vern Company were the first to develop orbital cars. That eventually led to the 4 big car manufacturers being established as affiliated companies. And while Calvert pioneered orbital cars, the Empire was the first one to develop orbital trains, and Liberal the first to develop orbital airships. It's amazing, the kinds of things little research uncovers about the history of something so commonplace. Well, good to know too. I'll have to keep it all in mind for my report. And we're not even done because all that links to the development of the films. Isn't this all a bit too simple for a topic? Aw, don't be like that. Oh, to be a student again, when I was their age. Wait, I'm only 21. I'm not an old pile of bones yet. The war 2 years ago and the lead up to it was a big turning point in tech across the continent too. The major powers were locked in a heated arms race with each other. The Empire even ended up creating these giant robots. Those Panzer Soldat things, yeah? I've seen them in person before and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Wars accelerate the birth of new technology, and that new technology in turn spurs on yet more wars. Liberal's airships are an excellent example of that, since they were first developed in response to a war between it and the Empire. Anyway, it was pretty clear tech-wise that the Empire was ahead of the Republic during the war. Calvert's back on top now, though. Yeah, the reparations and desire to not be one-up by the Empire again more than fueled that fire. It's what inspired our Zyphos and the installation of the orbital network all across the country. Word is, our military's weaponry's got a massive overhaul in store soon too. And the one aggressively advancing all that is... our hot-ass president, Royal Grammar. It's funny hearing you say it out loud, but yeah, he is pretty hot for his age, huh? He's become a big name even in the Empire for a variety of reasons. I'm sure. Well, that just goes to show how big a deal he is on the international scale. Yeah, for how difficult things were at the end of the war, he's done a pretty stellar job steering our ship. Is the president the dad of Agnes? It is true that the current government is handling things extremely well, but that's more because... maybe? Either way, large influxes of mirror and major changes on the world stage often manifest as distortions in society. I don't know whether that fact's got anything to do with what we're going to investigate.
But try to sniff around for signs of trouble while we're there, right?
Miss Perfect's things shown when we were talking about the place. We already know there's trouble going in.
We will be on the lookout for anything we can glean regarding the many major ongoing projects in the city, as well as ready to sniff out any significant groups and organizations that may be at work.
Right, together with Agnes too.
I didn't even have to say anything, huh? Yeah, you're right on. I don't think anyone drives as good as you, Rosette. You know just how to make those little subtle moves to work with the flow of the traffic. Yeah, never seen anyone drive so straight. Why, thank you very much. Of course you've got an international license, what did I expect? I know I'm a perfect 5 on the driving scale, but I don't mind leaving the work to a solid 3 like you. Better you than 2 over here. Yeah, she's pretty wait, am I the 2? That's right, Chief. Better get your act together. Don't you worry, though. You ever really want to make her scream? I'm here. You rat bastard. Don't think you can satisfy my girl with how rough you handle. Mr. Wei, Mr. Arkwright, a child is present. I wonder what Agnes is up to. Your great-grandfather left that behind, yes? It must be very precious to you if you even brought it for our visitation. It is, yes. It's no exaggeration to say that I am who I am because of this. Though recently it's given me an awful lot to think about. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't seem to me like you have any regrets about it, at least. You're right, I don't. Someone told me that I make the calls on what I want to do in my life. Maybe I haven't made all the right ones, but even still, my world has truly broadened, and I've gotten to know so many wonderful people. I've come to know the nation of my birth from angles I never thought possible, and thanks to that, I'm now beginning to see how I should face the man moving this country forward. Not even trying to hide it, are you? Wasn't it supposed to be a secret to everyone but these two? True, it was. But I don't know, I get the feeling it's fine if you know too. Ever since meeting you in April, you've been so kind to me. You're the one who connected me to Van, so... Oh, I see now. You pushed me to use the orbital net specifically so I'd find his office, didn't you? Bingo! If it matters, we hadn't seen each other since we first met for a request 5 years ago. He was even aware that I'd come to Calvert as a foreign exchange student. It doesn't matter, of course, but then why did you take his arm like that? To see your reaction. I can't believe you.
But really, I like hearing how you got to know him. He must have been so kind to you back then, huh?
How did you know?
Well, because you introduced me to him. You're always looking out for us, Ren. So I know you would never steer any of us in the direction of someone you didn't truly trust.
Well, okay, you got me there. He was very kind, yeah. The one who gave me the push to go from being Kitty to who I am today. He had just started out as a Spriggan, and he wasn't the most sensitive or competent. But he stayed with me, struggled with me, and showed me a path to the people I love most in this world.
Wow, I had no idea. I guess Van's always been Van. So after you met him, you were able to reunite with your loved ones?
That's right, and they're why I'm here now. They're the ones who encouraged me to study abroad, so it's thanks to them that I was able to meet all of you. And through some twist of fate, I accepted the position of student council president and am now heading up this little trip. You really never know where fate will take you.
Tell me about it.
Does he still obsess over sweets, by the way? I also remember him going on and on about cars.
Oh boy. If anything, he's an even bigger fiend about them than he was before. At least, according to someone who knows him much better than I do, he is.
Ah, the resident A rank. Seems like they have quite the sordid relationship. Just what exactly is going on between them? I know you've got to be curious.
Not at all. Though, I, might have a small idea.
Crap! It'd be weird if we woke up now. Plus, I want to hear more of what Ren has to say. Kinda seems like Agnes needs a little boost from us, so we better do what we can to be there for her.
I still refuse to acknowledge that guy and his operation as legitimate. But since we're going to the same place, I'm happy to keep an eye on her as her friend.
Oh, we're on par now.
Our next stop is Basel, Province de Auge, the terminus of this express line. Please ensure you have all your belongings with you when disembarking the train.
Oh.
Finally.
We're getting close.
Nice.
That's the exit right there.
Oh, Van! Just look at this!
What is up with this place? What a wild sight.
On the left is Newtown. Off to the right is the artisanal district.
Yeah. And up top is the Basel Institute of Science. We're gonna be going around till we hit the parking lot in front of Vern HQ. Time for us to have a chat with the CEO.
Amazing. I can't believe this city exists in the middle of a ravine. Vern HQ. I knew it was big, but seeing it up close is just redonkulous. Ooh, and is that the arrow tram I spy with my little eye? Wow, those are markedly different from the trams in Heimdall. Yo, this place is legit. Mad respect. This looks to be a showroom floor for cars. That sounds right up Van's alley. Alright everyone, let's get checked in at the hotel first. Once we drop off our bags, we can go pay the fine people of the Vern Company a visit. So that's why they call it a planned city. They developed the whole thing in big chunks. Whoa, the HQ is bigger than anything I've seen in the capital. Fitting for the Republic's largest private company. And I believe that hotel over there is where the students from Aramis are staying? Oh yeah, we're staying in different places. Of course. Yo, Van. We're in the artisanal district, right? Van? What's he looking at? Motor Pavilion? Right, should have figured he'd get sidetracked by big wheels, and he calls me a kid. Don't knock it till you've tried it. Looks like a nice little place. I'll take you there later if you want. For now, though, let's get down to business. He's got a good eye. Small wonder that he's connected to the chief. At any rate, I need to focus on my work.